Okay, this hangout is on air live.
This hangout is live and on air. This hangout is the Adafruit Show and Tell hangout, and this hangout is awesome. We're going to have all these people showing off their cool projects. We will start off with people in the order we see them. When we call on you, unmute your mic and show us your project in about like 3-ish, 5-ish minutes, depending on how awesome it is. Maybe we'll try to be ready at a time. We'll go in this order: Noah and Pedro, then Tony D, then Phil B, then Dino, and then C. Scott, and then anyone else who may appear after that. Let's go, Noah and Pedro. Team Fruit Southeast.
Start with
All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Hello.
We have a lovely project that we have next week. It's a collaboration project with Mr. James Bruton from X Robots, who's building a very large Hulkbuster build. So we collaborating on the Unibeam, which is a chess piece that's going to go on his suit. So
Hangout
check out
this hangout is awesome. We're going to have all these people showing off their cool projects. 1 second.
Yep.
All right.
Keep
Sorry,
going.
continue.
Right. So, but this week we're going to talk about build plates so that people can get prepped for their giant, massive Halloween prints. So we're going to talk about glass, acrylic, and a special new build plate that we have in the shop.
There's a lot of myths and fruits out there on using glass and all the different materials and the heat and cleaning up. We'll talk about that and more on
Tomorrow's show at 3 p.m. So be sure to check it out. Me, Pedro, and Matt Griffin. We also got some news and some CAD techniques. So check that out for a favor.
Okay,
I like how you're doing like superhero type videos, and you're doing crossover with other YouTube stars. Just like in comics, you always have like a crossover series where something's going on. So
Yeah, totally. We're doing it up, trying to collaborate.
we're gonna have like 3D printing Avengers.
Yeah.
Maybe, like,
Well, you're Marvel. I'm a DC lady,
Yeah.
so.
I had that Hulk build, the Hulk Smasher build.
I
so
know. I'm not a Marvel person.
Yeah,
I'm so behind on Marvel.
I had to keep it together. Though,
Okay.
So that's Avengers, and there's Hulk,
Okay, sorry.
okay, and there's Iron Man.
I screwed this all up.
No, you didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
No, it's kind of like when Batman and Superman, they had crossovers with that.
They can't hang out with Spider-Man. Not allowed.
No.
Disney will buy them too.
Oh,
Maybe.
no, Disney.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
so-
Next up, Tony DeCola,
Tony.
coming to us from Adafruit Northwest. What do you have on your desk?
Hey, yeah, so I don't have any projects that I built, but I found something cool. I was at a Goodwill store, and I found the height of 1980s technology. This is the Sony Watchman, which is a little portable TV, and it says on the back it was manufactured in September 1985. So this little guy is 19 years old, and it still works, although you can't tune any TV stations because they've gotten rid of the analog bandwidth. But you can basically see, you've got a bunch of static there, and it's pretty slick. It is a fully portable CRT television, so it's like an old school TV. And I don't know, it was $5. I figured, what the heck? It's pretty neat, solidly built little piece of 80s technology. Maybe take it apart, or it's got an external input here for an antenna, so I might be able to like get a little RF modulator and see if I can get a signal like a Raspberry Pi or something to display on it.
Okay.
That's cool. It's
It's
weird.
more than 19 years ago. 85 was a long time ago.
It's always weird to hold tech like that, because if you were around when that came out,
Oh shoot, yeah, you're right.
valuable, amazing thing in the world that if you had this, you were like, oh my god, it can never get better. This is the best thing, and they were so sought after. Now
Yeah.
it's $5 at a thrift
It's
store.
amazing because it's actually a CRT tube. I mean, I want you to do a teardown, but we'll see what you may do another project.
And
All right.
real quick too, a neighbor gave me this, even older. This is an Atari 400, which is an 8-bit TV computer from way back in the day. I think this is from like 78 or 79, something like that. So
Can you plug that
Pretty
into
cool.
the Watchman? I mean, it probably has a.
yeah, you probably could, right? It's only
It's
got
all modulated out.
Right, and that's the problem, is you can't hook it up to a modern TV with like an HDMI input. You need some kind of expensive converter to do it. So yeah, I've got maybe the perfect solution right here. So
Okay, look, this was your week.
Okay, I'm calling it from now on. People who can come, they can come on the show and tell, and they can show a piece of tech as long as it's older than 20 years old.
there we go.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm just sound. I
If
think
it's not
I think I just
modified.
signed myself up to do another show. It's retro night here. All right. So
All right, thanks.
let's keep moving. Here we go.
Okay,
Stop.
Phil B.
Phil?
What are you up to?
That was my first computer. Was Atari 400.
Oh wow.
And I remember when that Watchman came out. That's how old I am. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
It's okay.
You are a piece of technology that's older than 20 years. Congratulations.
Wow. Anyway, I did a new guide on the learning system about this little noisemaker board that we have, and how to stick it inside of costumes to make noise, which probably sounds kind of weird. It's like this is on you. Why do you need wireless? And it's because running wires around inside a costume like really sucks. I've tried to do it before. And so it's actually really helpful to have this thing that connects wirelessly and then triggers these sounds. And the reason you'd want the sounds is because when you're wearing a mask and you try to make monster noises and it sounds really terrible. So using the little sound module that we have now and combined with the wireless makes it's a really neat effect when you combine the two. I went and tried it out over the weekend. And it's just that people really respond really well to it. It's interesting. But yeah, you just strap the remote on something, and you can trigger these monster sounds and scare the crap out of people.
Can you hold up the amp? Do you have that?
Oh yeah, it's on my neck right now. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'm just wearing it around my neck. Down here, there's a battery and the soundboard and the receiver. So yeah, I just wear this on my neck and put a costume over it, and then the character carries this thing around anyway. And you go scare the crap out of kids, which is just the best.
Were they
thing.
really scared? Because by the way, it was a little scary looking.
The funny thing is, the kids aren't. They're like a little intimidated, but also fascinated. It's when their parents are like, "Oh, go get a picture," and force them to the monster.
Oh yeah, that's the word. And the kid's like, "Mom, this is a mon. It's gonna eat my face. Why do you want me to take a photo of it? What is wrong with you?"
Exactly. Right. But when the kids have their own pace, and can approach at their own pace, they're really cool with it, and it's kind of cute.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I wanted to see this live demo because a lot of people were like, "What do you mean? There's this handle?" That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you can continue to make funny sounds while we go through the rest of the people. Next up is Dino.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back.
Hey.
So what I have is a project based on Edison. Right here. So I have a XB connected to it, and what this is a home automation system. And right now I only have one module that's connected to it. So it's right here. This is for the garage door. So I have a temperature, humidity, and then a ping sensor. So it's supposed to be mounted like this. So when the garage door closes, I can detect it when it's closed or open. And let me share my screen.
So it's for a pool, but also has a door sensor.
Yes.
For the pool house or something, or what?
No, it's for my garage.
Oh, okay.
So here's the server for it. So I can open the garage door.
What's happening?
Toggle the lights if I want to. And I can close it back up.
Hey. That's sweet.
How do I go back to the video?
What was that?
How do I go back to the normal video?
Oh, it looks
on
like
my back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inhale slow.
So the plan to have several modules, kind of like my robot before. And so if it works right, I can just add modules, and the server will automatically detect those modules and automatically install everything. And then if I want a room module or a appliance module, it will just work.
All right. You're like into modular electronics. The Edison might be a good pick also for your next robot. because it's got like Wi-Fi built in, and it's pretty powerful, but it's also very small, so you can put inside your robot. Thank you for coming by and showing off your latest project.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, next up.
Yeah.
You want to go, Victor? Is Victor Frost here? No.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi there.
Oh, hello. But hey,
Wait.
C. Scott, are you going to be doing music at the end? Is it a music project or is it another project?
I'm in the office, no music here.
No
Okay.
music here. Okay, so why don't you go now, and then we'll go to.
Okay, sorry, Victor. We'll go to you after C. Scott.
Yeah.
It's in the order.
Okay, well, I'll be quick because I'm just updating you on a number of things. Well, if you remember my project for the 8-voice synthesizer, this is the voice board. And how do I stop screen sharing? There we go. Well, I've put one together, as you can see here. There's about 525 parts on this. I hand-built this one because I am not about to program my Alt-60V to do 100 of these without making sure the first one works. It works. I have to tweak a couple resistor values, but it means I can now go into my, I have a factory back east, and I'm going to program the SMT line to build 100 of these. Moving on, I showed you the Tinkercad drawing of these little clips that I made to hold NeoPixel strips, and let me get another picture going here. Here is the clip installed on the vertical rail of the cabinet holding the top edge of the flexible strip. And if we move along, you can see I just clip them further down. Here's an inside shot of what one of them looks like, and then you can just see how it holds the strip vertically there. But so that's working out. I bought another 10 meters of the stuff to use outside for holiday lighting. So we'll see how that goes. I have to figure out how to put the stuff up above my garage door so that people don't steal it. But
NeoPixel thefts.
yeah, well, hey, when you have like $100 worth of stuff hanging up there, somebody might recognize the value and try and make off with it. So I'm going to make it tough to.
You need that garage door automation thing, and then attach it to a Nerf gun.
I'm just going to put a camera there and sign that you're being watched. Okay, last item for today is a friend of mine sent me a bunch of 12AU7 valves. I come from the last generation that actually grew up knowing how to use these things. So I said, let's make a headphone amplifier. The boards are not back from Osh Park yet, but I went out and slapped out this board here. It uses one dual triode and a couple of MOSFETs that running in a Class A. It's biased through these voltage regulators are actually current sources. But it'll drive your Grado headphones or whatever when it's all done. Yeah, stay tuned. I should have that done here by the end of the month.
I didn't know it was pronounced triode. I always thought it was triode, like diode.
I always say triode, but you can say whatever you want. Dual triode.
Next big internet debate. Trio or triode. GIF or GIF, who knows?
Yeah. Here's my retro tech for the day. This is probably from 1971. So.
All right. Okay, like 4 people in the chat have valves or Nixie tubes. Okay, thank you for this. This is lovely. You have like so many projects. It's a little intimidating. All right, next up, Victor. Hello.
Hey, Victor.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
You sound fantastic.
I hope so. I'm an audio engineer. So my project is called Open Transport. Like I said, I'm an audio engineer, and one of our tools of the trade is something called a control surface. It lets us manage the different tracks and effects and play, pause, stop, all that stuff that's in our recording software, such as, in my case, Adobe Audition. The problem is that for people who like to work with our hands, the actual control surfaces are like $600 at a minimum to manage that sort of stuff. And I don't know about some of my colleagues, but I just don't make some of that scratch to be able to just blow it all in one go. So what I wanted to do is I decided to, hey, I know how to use an Arduino. Let's go ahead and try making something. So, I felt like an earthquake. Huh.
Okay,
So
here we are.
anyways,
You're back.
so I designed this little thing in Tinkercad over here, which is to be what the device looks like. And here it is now that I've made it. So I don't want to really move around my camera because my camera's a bit crap.
No, it looks nice.
But-
That's a great shot.
Yeah, and I got these little Skittles buttons from a local source, and I put it all together. And here is a Arduino Micro sitting in the back here, and I can actually show you guys that it does as advertised. So right now it sends the data over serial to the hairless MIDI serial bridge. So I just pushed a button. You can see that a note came in and triggered, the input-output over there. And if I switch over to Audition over here, I can do this. Hey, this is a quick test. So I can stop it. And this is all using the little buttons I've got in here. And I can do, let's turn the loop off and on. And I can, hey, this is a quick test. So controls it all using this little guy right here.
Awesome. That's
And I'm
cool,
hoping
because you can just adapt it as necessary. Whatever, if you need more buttons, you just print out another one.
Yeah, and that's the general idea. Actually, the yellow buttons on it here, the yellow buttons are actually assigned to the, this is all working off of the proprietary Mackie protocol, which I've had to look up a ton of documentation to reverse engineer here. But these three yellow buttons are assigned to generic function keys in the Mackie protocol. So in any workstation software you use, whether you're using for audio workstation or video workstation such as Sony Vegas, you can assign those function keys to whatever you want. Maybe it's a loop function. Maybe you want a quick save button. So those are all assignable. Now the next thing I'm going to do with this thing, I'm going to actually make this LCD screen on here useful and try to get the VU meter outputs that the Mackie protocol supports to show a little VU meter on the screen for the master bus.
Okay, epic.
So,
And the Mackie protocol is USB serial, so you can just whatever the packets are, you got to figure those out.
Well, no, the Mackie protocol is actually MIDI based. So what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be actually switching from a Arduino Micro to an Arduino Uno with the USB chip reprogrammed to show up as a MIDI device.
Mm.
But to do that, I need an external programmer so I can keep fiddling away with it as necessary without having to constantly reflash the USB chip's firmware.
Yeah, there's actually we did the MIDI project for the instrument controller, which Phil B, who's over there, lovely, did all that code. Hey, Phil B. Don't bug him, because he's busy being a Krampus. But you can actually use the Micro with the Teensy MIDI core natively. We know how to do that little hack, so you don't have to grab an Uno. So you can just have to do a little change to the IDE, and then you can select raw MIDI, and then you can do raw MIDI transmit. Yeah, so it'll save you a little bit of time.
Yeah, and space, because
And
compared
space.
to the Uno.
Okay, sorry, so we gotta keep going.
Okay, Victor.
You got it.
And I'll remind everyone too. Email support@adafruit.com. You get it as seen on the show and tell sticker. Also, Dino, NC Scott, and who else came on? That's the ones who get stickers. The other people we work with on a regular basis. Next up is Bennett. Bennett.
Pardon me.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
What's your project?
Hey, so you guys actually met one of our team at World Maker Faire. Dan Porter brought his Pie Girl that he'd made and got you to sign it.
That's
yeah.
right.
He dropped it right before he showed it to you, but he's working on a new version for the case.
Okay.
He's engineer, does a lot of 3D stuff, so he's working on that project as we speak. So I make science kits, and back to the retro angle, and Edison as well. This is Reinventing Edison Builds Your Own Light Bulb. So this is a science kit kind of on the lower end. Right now inside I've got just an ordinary piece of mechanical pencil lead as the filament, and I've got it connected to a lantern battery, so we can make a working light bulb, and you can see the glow. This is a brand new filament, so it's going to get brighter and brighter as some of the carbon boils away and makes the diameter smaller. So we actually had 2 kids in California take this and add hundreds of their own materials, different diameters, different lengths, and they empirically proved Ohm's law with the data table.
All right. Cool. That's nice. That's a nice lamp now. Yeah, now that's nice and bright.
Yeah, it's enough to light up the room, and it comes with tungsten and nichrome, some things that'll glow, some things to see. It's getting brighter and brighter, so it's going to eventually burn out here in a second. It's going to overload the camera before it burns out, I bet. Nope, there it goes.
Okay.
So the other thing that I make that's new, this is the EV Challenge Troubleshooting Simulator. There's a high school program called the EV Challenge where kids take donated gasoline cars and they convert them into fully electric vehicles. And they were taking golf cart parts on a big piece of plywood that was made by a university and troubleshooting, and they didn't have any units in the individual schools in the program, so they weren't really teaching the skill. They were only teaching things based on the experience they might have had with their own vehicle. And so what I saw was they were continuity testing with the power on with a 96-volt lead-acid battery and running the risk of welding their $5 multimeters into the board. So we designed this. I actually make all these products out of my home. This simulates the circuit of a typical electric vehicle. You've got a 12-volt, 18-volt traction battery, and you've got a 12-volt auxiliary battery. So when you turn the switch and step on the accelerator and speed it up, then this motor will start spinning. Right now it works. Well, what we can do, we can have faulty wiring. We can have faulty components because all of the actual components, like the relay, are removable. Or we've got a hidden panel, and we can break the circuit in 5 different points. So in the competition, the students get 5 minutes and a multimeter, and they have to find 2 different errors with the circuit.
Wow, that's awesome. Nice work. Please send us a link about that because we'd like to post that up. That'd be a great project to post up. And you can get 2 stickers since you have 2
Oh,
points.
awesome. Well, I've got a Kickstarter going with these right now, too. So we're trying to raise money to launch a makerspace in our community.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, please email us with a link to those projects. Okay, next up. Soy.
And you get a scene on this.
Yeah, 2 stickers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, Soy Nerdito.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
Okay, well, I will show you a quick project. This is for Halloween. I just got a skull from a pharmacy, local pharmacy. Then I stick in there a simple board. It's just an Arduino compatible board. It's pretty much like your trinket. It's an Mega 328 with a USB ASP bootloader, so I can program it via USB without any external programmer. I stick it in there with a CC3000, which is connected to the Eclipse via MQTT. So I have a program in my phone that I can push and just trigger the LEDs on the skull.
Cool.
What I did, I am hosting a REST service on Heroku, which is free. From there, I forward MQTT message to the public Eclipse server, and then the Arduino, well, the Atmega is hearing that message.
Okay, that's a great skull. Can you make it do the thing again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the app, I have the link on Google Plus, and I have the skull at the office. So every time anyone presses the blinking buttons, it start blinking. And I did a small script in my computer, so every time I do a left mouse click, the left eye blinks. When I do a right mouse click, the right mouse blink. So it's the entire day just lighting up the office.
Okay.
All right, and skulls are okay for the rest of the year too. It doesn't have to be Halloween.
It doesn't. Yeah, this is good
Totally
for
okay.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Weddings,
Totally fine.
birthday parties.
It's been decided.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a great Halloween project.
All right, so
All right.
Nerdito, please email support@adafruit.com and you'll get an as seen on the show and tell sticker. We have to wrap up the show and tell now.
Yeah, the
If,
Galaxy Man's on in. That's it. We have to everybody.
Camera isn't on, but maybe it was.
No.
Galaxy Man show. Try it back again next.
Yeah, you have no
week.
video.
Looks like there's nothing going
That's cool.
on there. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Soy Nerdito. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Noah and Pedro. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, C. Scott. And thank you, Bennett. Oh, look at this.
Philby, can you roar us out?
Rawr.
I guess you kind of are.
And we'll see everybody next week, 7:30, show and tell. Next up is Ask an Engineer at 8 p.m. We'll see you in just a minute.